Before I begin, I just want to say apologies if I sound sick. I have spring allergies and the windows constantly get left open all night, so I'm having a lot of fun in Pollen Town right now. I also want to mention that I've put an outline of white around the talk sprites to make them a bit more pleasing to look at, I hope. I know those white pixels around the outside were driving me insane at least. This isn't a permanent solution, of course. I actually intend to draw some legitimate original talk sprites soon, but these will stand in until then. I originally wanted to make this video sooner, but I also wanted to get all 4 of the sets of our stand-in talk sprites looking good first, and there's a total of 50 of those, so yeah. Also, wow, I underestimated the amount of time and effort that scripting videos takes. But anyway, on to the topic of today's video. The belief that every idea that you happen to fart out of your brain has to be 100% original and never seen before, or else it isn't good enough. This is something I see a lot of in the HAHAAA fan games community as well as others, but since I have the most experience with the aforementioned community, I'll be pulling examples and experience from there. The points I'm going to bring up, however, apply to almost any creative community that requires at least a little bit of creative writing skill. So I see a lot of people who are very, very quick to label something as a ripoff or tell a creator that their game or story is basically this thing or basically that thing. Let's be honest, we all know something where the fans are like that. Hell, even some of the content creators are doing this. They get picky over the tiniest of things, like,
Oh, what is this? Oh, your character uses a door in your game? Nope, my character uses door too. This is ripping off my game. Get out of here. You are not welcome in this community.
But It's honestly ridiculous. These tiny bits of plot points don't belong to you. You cannot own an idea, a plot point, or anything like that. And you especially cannot own the usage of an inanimate object in creative property. Be it clocks, doors, books, stairs, chairs, mirrors, windows, whatever. Just because something you use has a high importance in your creation does not mean no one else can use it. I would understand if these things were special objects that the creator came up with themselves, say a magical music box that when opened eats one of your fingers and turns it into a baby alligator or something. But these are simple everyday objects that everyone has one of in their house. There are content creators who get discouraged from continuing their own creations because someone else dubbed it too similar to something else. I can understand if the creation in question is a literal ripoff, piece by piece of something else, but 90% of the time this isn't the case. It's usually something petty like a plot device seeming a bit too similar, or an important object that's also important in something else like the aforementioned door scenario. I've seen people quit entire projects just because someone hinted that their project was similar to someone else's. Hell, to be honest, I'm guilty of that too. I know how easy it is to become discouraged. The thing is, there is a finite amount of things in this world at any given time. There's always a limit to what's currently in existence, and given that people's ideas are largely shaped from their surrounding environment, you can gather that the likelihood of 2 ideas being very similar, even if one has never seen the other's work before, is high. So, in turn, to a certain degree, there's a limit to the amount of variation that most ideas can and will have. And the mindset that nothing in the world can ever be even slightly similar to your creation in any way, shape, or form is a very ignorant and damaging mindset to have. I have actually legitimately seen some content creators go out of their way before to plant the idea in other people's minds that something is a ripoff of their creation. I've seen entire projects canceled because someone decided to go,
"Oh wow, they use this thing. Like my game. Oh wow, this happens. Like my game. Oh wow, this character does this thing. Like my game."
You get the idea. It just goes on and on until this person has essentially successfully bullied someone into believing that their idea is inferior simply because 100% of it isn't all completely original and never before seen by the human eye. Now, I'm not saying that everyone who points things out does this. Maybe someone actually did steal part of something you made, but it isn't the entire thing. Go ahead and talk to them about it. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just talking about the people who get butthurt about the most nitpicky things that would never hold up in a court of law were it taken to one. What people need to understand is that it is insanely hard to come up with a completely new and original idea because of all of the pre-existing media that we have access to which shapes our ideas. It can sometimes feel like there are no new ideas left, which brings me to my last point and the biggest point in this whole video. Your idea is not unoriginal or overused. Never let anyone tell you that. It's true that the base idea may be similar to someone else's, maybe even to the point of you wondering if one or both of you copied it from the other or someone else on accident. But the truth is, that shouldn't matter, because no one ever has does or will ever execute an idea exactly the same way that you do. Each content creator is unique and has unique ways of going about things and executing ideas. Even if the basic overall plot of two ideas is the same, the rest of it will be unique to you. You are allowed to make whatever you like, and because of that, no two ideas will turn out exactly the same, and that is the beauty of creative freedom. Two people can write a story about, say, mythical creatures living in the woods and being able to bring the trees to life and use them as war monsters, and the finished products will turn out drastically different because no two people make something exactly the same. I am not saying that you shouldn't strive to make your creation as original as possible, but don't sweat it if you notice parallels between something you've made and something someone else has made, especially if you've never seen the other thing in your life. It's okay. There is also no shame in taking inspiration from other creations. Inspiration is a vital part of the creation process and, as I said before, no two people will make the exact same thing. As long as you put your own creative flair onto it, it's fine. It's special. It's unique. It's yours. So, in conclusion, don't let others police your intellectual property simply because they don't find it original enough. You are what makes it original. Your creative flair is what makes your ideas different from everyone else's. So make that game. Write that story. Don't listen to anyone who accuses you of copying over stupid things like chairs. Hold your head high and do what you love. You're the only one who can do exactly what you do, exactly the way you do it, and that is something to be proud of. With that said, I hope you found this video helpful, and happy creating, everyone!